Stay. Good girl, stay. Stay. Hi again, this is Doug Williams with Viva Las Vegas Autos and A Car's Life. And I'm just gonna kind of open up with, this is gonna be a video about the preparation that we go through on some of our vehicles. And what I'm gonna be going through today is this 1976 Chevrolet Silverado 3+3, which means the crew cab. And it's a C20, a 3/4 ton with a 454 cubic inch engine in it. And this truck is all original. We bought this truck as part of a collection. The one that's over here you can see was part of that collection. Back behind over there is a K30 4x4 that was part of that collection, and about, well, there's a total of 14 vehicles in the collection. And out of all of them, this truck was my favorite. I love the color. It's an incredible truck, but most importantly, it's a one owner, 43,000, just under 44,000. It's got 43,900 and something miles on it. And it's absolutely impeccable. But what this video is going to be about is the prep work that we go through when we're getting ready to sell one of our vehicles. I've taken great pride over the last 22 years. 18 of those years was with Viva Las Vegas Autos. I was the owner. Bought this building back in 2007 and been here ever since. And I love what I do. Consider myself a car enthusiast long before I'm a dealer. But the idea is I've wanted, over that last 22 years, almost 23 years now, for my clients to get better than what they've ever expected for what they're paying for these collectible vehicles nowadays. Under the cover over there is a 1983 Mercedes with just under 17,000 original miles on it. It's a 240D, and it will be on Bring a Trailer as well, almost the same time that this truck will be. But this video, you're going to see what we went through on the dry ice blasting or cleaning, as they call it. I hired a company, Dry Ice Restorations, to come out and dry ice the bottom of this vehicle. When I got this truck, I was pretty amazed at the fact that it only had 43,000, just under 44,000 miles on it, documented, one owner, had been garage kept, and the condition of it was absolutely outstanding. Original paint, it's never been painted. What you're looking at there is original paint. The interior is original. But like with most vehicles, you put it up in the air and there's a 40-plus-year-old vehicle looking at you. Dirt, normal grime that you'd expect on a vehicle like that, but no rust. And what appeared when I first put it up in the air, it appeared like the floors were going to be spectacular. So we started to power wash the bottom side of the car to clean it. And as we did that, some of the undercoat that had been put on the car, probably back when it was brand new from the dealer, car came out of Oregon, and it started to peel off in chunks and stuff like that, but the rest of it would not come off whatsoever. So my idea was, we got to get this thing way cleaner, because what I was seeing was the red oxide coating that the factory had put on underneath this vehicle. And I could see that it would just be absolutely incredible to see that everywhere, like it rolled out of the factory. So I invited out our dry ice blasting mobile unit. You'll see that in the video. And Raleigh gave me a demonstration. It's the first vehicle that we decided to try it on. And he gave me a demonstration of how it would work. And then I just said, keep going. So a total of 2.5 days later, stay here, Blue, sit down, good girl. 2 days later, and a lot of investment. It's about $300 to $350 an hour to do dry ice blasting. And you'll understand why when he comes out here with $150,000 worth of machinery, including his van. It's an investment to do dry ice blasting. We're eventually going to get a dry ice blasting unit here because it's incredible what it does. So you'll see that in the pictures, you'll see that in the videos, but I just want to take some time to introduce myself and introduce this truck. because it's going to be online pretty quick here. And we're really excited about it because we've taken every length we can to just perfect this unit as a Survivor unit. We spent an entire week or so on polishing out the original paint, and it was already beautiful to begin with. You'll see a picture of that in the process of the pictures that you'll see. But you'll also see in the video the original undercarriage, what it looked like just after we power washed it. I had a guy spend almost 2 weeks just cleaning off the front suspension and the front end of the vehicle. And I wish I would have not had him do that because the dry ice would have done a much better job. The original surfaces that it brings it down to is unfinished and redone to almost look like brand new. Some of the dry ice will take off loose portions of paint that have been chipped off or whatever, so we redid those areas. But when you see the end results of the finish work that the dry ice blasting does, it's as close to looking like a frame-off restoration underneath this vehicle as any vehicle could ever look. It's just amazing and well worth the investment, and we hope that you'll appreciate the work that we go through when we present one of our vehicles, and we take a lot of attention to details and the quality of that detail work that we do. So, no further moving my lips. I hope you enjoy the video. It's pretty long, but when you consider I was able to get, I think, roughly 36 minutes of footage out of nearly, I think, 2.5 days of dry ice blasting on this vehicle. And you'll see the results are absolutely incredible. And I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to see an undercarriage look like a frame-off restoration without having to remove a body, remove all the electronics and all the engine and all the everything to get to that point. Because the job that it does in maintaining the originality of a vehicle, as incredible as this one is and as near pristine as this one is, it makes it pretty cool to watch that happen and be a part of that. So hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Thank you, Blue, for being good. So this is Doug with Viva Las Vegas Autos and A Car's Life, and we're getting ready to do our first dry ice blasting unit. Raleigh with it was a dry clean restorations. We take a picture of that right on his back here. Out of Las Vegas here. Was gracious enough to bring out his vehicle, van and portable unit, and he is getting set up right now. Compressor's on, and inside of his vehicle he's got a dryer, a tank, a lot of cool equipment that he's invested in. Beautiful van on top of that. Hose lines. He's using the IC 410S blaster unit. And what we're going to be doing today is this 1976 Chevy C30 1-ton that crew cab that has 43,000 original miles on it. Now we spent about 3 weeks under this already. For the last 22 years I've been using a power washer, high heat and 3,000 psi to try to blast off undercarriages and clean them up. You've seen my cars online, you know at what level I go to. And this truck with its original undercoating got to the level that you're seeing it right now, which what we want is the whole undercarriage to be in that red oxide and the undercoating to be gone as much as possible. And we would spray directly on this with our power washer, and what you're seeing removed is all that we could get off. So hence the reason behind the dry ice, a demo today and seeing what we're gonna do, and hopefully connecting with Raleigh a whole lot more in the future. So we've already started some refurbishing here, but there's a lot to be done on this truck to get it to that point that we want, and hopefully that will all be good. So gonna be a little bit noisy. We'll probably quiet some of that noise down, but we'll see how it goes. So looking forward to it and seeing how we do once he's got all set up and the dry ice over here. What's amazing is the amount of equipment that Raleigh has to have to get to this level. So he bought the van, bought the air compressor, bought the ICS 410S, which is a killer machine. And then of course inside the van you got the dryer and everything else included in there as well. So lots of peripheral equipment that you got to have to be able to run a business like this. But if you want your cars to, I mean, the top side of this truck and interior is so much like new, and we want to see the balance of this vehicle match what we see up top on this. So the only way to do that is to get it as clean as possible and make that happen. So here in a minute we'll start showing you the dry ice process and go from there. I can tell this is going to be really quite noisy, but there may not be a lot of talking during this video. Yeah, this is going to be noisy. Because he was drying out the hopper. Pellet consumption, blasting pressure. Looks pretty simple. We'll see what happens here pretty quick. If we can get 70 to 80% of this off, I will be a happy camper. Yeah, definitely try this central area, see how effective it is. Here we go. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm seeing where I pressure washed up here and it cleaned up, but it even takes it down to the real nice silver look. That is amazing. That's entirely more effective. Here probably. Right here in the back area here, where it's on the frame. Wow.
Anywhere, like it's already compromised. And
right, it's going to blow off, yeah.
Away,
but we touched that up at the end of the day.
The surface is nice and clean, non-greasy.
Yeah, non-greasy.
So,
because even as hot as my pressure washer gets, it still leaves film. Absolute film on there. This is a rusty leaf spring here. Now another question I had earlier, I was showing one of my guys, in a case like this up front here, in front of the thing, this is an original factory marking that was put on that. This is still, you can see it's still greasy in this area here, but let me see how it does there.
we probably have to kind of stay away from it for the most part.
Right.
We have to probably change the machine a little.
Gotcha.
To be less aggressive to keep that mark.
So also, now when you're less aggressive, can you also pull back?
Pull back a little.
A little?
Yeah, so we'll start very far.
Okay.
How it goes. I will turn it. It's still pretty aggressive because it did start to...
Yeah, I can see it starts to pull it off, but not too bad. Again, it can be left pretty clean.
We probably change the gun size to the smaller gun, and then that might help. The velocity on this one is pretty high.
Right. fantastic. And the sheen that it leaves on it, the original zinc oxide, zinc coating, is literally as it was, brand new. That's incredible. Yeah, I'd love to see. Yeah, I'd love to see that there for sure. And then when you do that, I want to see these too, because these are hard to get clean. This is hard to get off. This stuff underneath here, terrible. Day and night difference, down to the original galvanized finish. Yeah, there's no question in my mind this could be done. You know, I've estimated on what I've been seeing online. You'd be underneath here 8 to 10 hours, you know. But the results that I'm seeing here are stunning. Way better than what I get with water and heat. Like this, show me what it does on this rubber. This is a rubber coating here, okay, but I would think it would come off pretty quick on rubber too, right? He'll take it off. Leave it down pretty good. So this is where you start to look at your nozzles. Yep. Now when you got your kit, Raleigh, or when you bought the dry ice, did most of this stuff come with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is where my power washer just says, no, I have no business being here. And you can still get close to like brake line rubbers and fittings and no issues in those areas. That's incredible. So as a trial at this point, a demo, we've gone through about 8 scoops roughly of dry ice to show the effectiveness of what we're doing here. which that does, that is unbelievable. Clarity of it. Incredible. And even these are just pure right down to the original materials. Outstanding. And then another area that is impossible for me to get to with a pressure washer is, like, as you saw with the light there, your inner frame, it's beautiful metal, painted metal. And your dry ice would pull that stuff out from behind. That would never happen with a pressure washer unit. You know, the only step that you can do to get even close to that is to take the vehicle off the frame and take it down and sandblast, and then you're dealing with sandblasting issues as well. And of course, a whole lot of time to take it off the frame. Make sure next time I bring earplugs.
Oh yeah.
That's an incredible finish. I mean, I wouldn't repaint any of that.
Oh, absolutely.
I just literally finish it, pull it off, and shoot a beautiful picture of it. Yeah, these trucks back in the day, they never came with undercoating on them.
Yeah,
it was just red oxide, you know? How will it do on, like, a... This is not stainless, but it's a... I don't think that's aluminum either, would it?
Let's try it. Go try it.
Amazing. So even the superficial surface rust where it was, I think he cleaned this originally and then possibly like wired it or something like that. Then, you know, with moisture, it got a little bit of rust on it. But wow. See, and if I took that down, I would normally what I'll do with something like this is I'll clear coat it so it retains that look as opposed to instantaneously rusting again. Because you paint these, you never get this metal look finish to them, you know. Well, this is delightful. This is seriously delightful. And if you go up to here, like in this area right here, where you see the body paint here? You got body paint and a little bit of overspray here. And then the red oxide, but that overspray is always important to keep it if you can, because it's how the factory painted the vehicle. And then you could probably hit this a little bit too without blowing off paint, right?
It depends on how the thickness of the overspray.
Let's see.
You might have to probably dial down the pressure.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.